Because what is coming forth is definitely a change of the matrix of illusion. And so as, many of us on the earth, do the work that is needed to transmute this reality, we will see, the increased vibratory rate of the earth. And it's something that we all need to be, focusing our intention on, and moving from, sustaining the destroyer's hell on earth. Because oftentimes our people are signing on to sustaining the status quo, investing, in this death culture and this death system, and believing that, in doing so that they're, on a winner's team, these kinds of things. So, it's important that people really focus their intention, their awareness on transformation, internally, transformation externally, with intention, from your highest self and with your highest ancestors. This is important, and this is my work as a Kemetic priestess, over the last 20 years, to really assist our people in self-empowerment and really cultivating, your relationship with the divine world, and really purifying, doing the rituals for purification, to raise your frequency, to really tap into your highest ancestors, to really do the internal cleansing that's needed, the detoxing physically, to do the work in terms of the levels of mental purification, to release a lot of toxins, that we need to release in the subconscious, and also instilling the mind in terms of dealing with mental chatter, which is what I teach in terms of Raja Yoga, the yoga of concentration. Really trying to go beyond this matrix of illusion by utilizing these ancient ritual practices. So this is what, this is the work of the Bennu Ascension Online Institute, which I talk about often, that I established, over 10 years ago, and I've had some fantastic, instructors as well, joining me to teach over that time frame, within that time frame. And I will be having, some instructors coming again in the future to share their wisdom, their knowledge, their skills that our people need at this time of transcendence. And so that's also my intention in coming forth with the people I've been collaborating with in doing these live streams, so that you can really benefit, from having the knowledge that many of these people, have. So in any case, I wanted to come on today. We have class Wednesday night. And so for those who want to join us, we have class this Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This is Asa's lunar cycle, as I shared the last time I came on. And so people are doing a lot of work with the goddess As and Third, Uset, Isis. They call her Aishat, Yemaya, Yemoja, and the Ifa tradition. We're doing a lot of work because this is her lunar cycle. And she's the goddess of the ocean, so we're doing a lot of work with meditation, with ocean sounds, working with the frequency of blue ray or blue light of Ast, and balancing the chakras and releasing debris. Doing a lot of work with the subconscious and releasing a lot of things from there that people need to release. People do past life work, with this ritual practice. A lot of work in integration, a lot of work in dealing with what's called some skaras, which are energetic imprints in the energy body from past lifetimes. People are doing amazing work. We're doing dream rituals. We're doing a lot of different levels of work with Ast during this lunar cycle. Doing some work with astrology during this lunar cycle, and getting a better understanding of our chart. So a lot of things, we're doing. And so if you come in at this time, you'll be able to do some deep work, And as I said before on my last live stream, there's a lot going on, that our people need to heal around the goddess that they are, So there's a lot of disconnect as well from the fact that, we're androgynous beings, and, based on the death culture, people are disrespecting the goddess, disrespecting black women. They don't have a high regard for women, for the feminine, because this is the death culture that people have grown up in, and this is what they've learned. And a society that doesn't respect women, that give birth to life, doesn't respect life. And this is what people have learned. And they've learned that, the creator is only masculine. And so there's not a high regard for the feminine, because the feminine is not seen on the same level of what is divine. And this is problematic. But this is what patriarchal religions have produced in the world. And so that's something that we have to heal. And it's through Ast that we're able to heal. She's the goddess of healing. We're able to integrate, heal, release, really, come into, balance, once again, with who we really are. And go beyond, the matrix of illusion. And so many people are just attached to or deluded by. So we do a lot of internal work in the Bennu Ascension Online Institute, and so that's really significant that we begin once again to function from the inside out, not the outside in. Our people have learned to define reality by materialism, because that is what the caveman, barbarian has taught our people, and so people worship materialism, they worship dead presidents, they worship all of these things that are causing their demise, their destruction, and for them to continue to be in partnership, in a partnership of death, of death and destruction, with forces of death and destruction. So that's why they say either you're a part of the problem or you're part of the solution. And you can pretty much gauge, by how much you invest in maintenance of the status quo, where you are in space and time. And so that's why it's important how we spend our time and what we invest our time into, and this is very significant, I think Sonny Patterson, when she was talking, I think it was her, and she was saying something about people that want to be part-time revolutionaries, and they want to say, oh yeah, well, can I do that on Thursday or whatever, or they want to have a day off or whatever. And this is unfortunate. Oftentimes, people they invest more time into this system of death and destruction than they do their own liberation, and like they're professional when it comes to working for their enemy, but when it comes to their own liberation, process and structures and the level of focus and attention that's needed is not there, and so we really have to look at these things. These things are very significant. Okay, So I wanted to come forth today again and share some of these things because it's relevant, and I'm guided to come forth today. And again, you know, it's important that when we understand the function of the natural root, that we don't have a foreign understanding of that, or you know, are disrespectful of that. You know, so Sekhmet's function in nature, you know, is to bring about, you know, the destruction of the enemies of Ra. You know, so we see, you know, her manifesting as storms and volcanoes and solar flares and, you know, asteroids, or however she manifests, and she's purifying the earth, you know, in the ways that is needed. You know, we need to really, once again, you know, look at the indigenous people of the earth and understand their stories, to remember our stories, you know, and understand, as the Hawaiian people said, Pele, you know, if you respect her, she go round, meaning she go around your house, okay? But because you respecting her, and because you see her as a part of you, as your ancestor, and that you know, are reverent of, you know, her function and her process, and, you know, her divine intelligence, which is the creator itself manifesting itself, you know, to bring harmonious balance, you know, on this planet. But if you're afraid of her, and, you know, you've been duped by your enemies to fear nature and to see nature as a monster, and that she's attacking you, and, you know, all of these kinds of things, and don't understand, you know, that what you're seeing, you know, with Babylon burning is something that's a blessing, not a curse. You know, as I often refer to Malcolm El-Hajj Malik El-Shabazz when he talked about the house Negro and the field Negro. And, you know, when the house Negro sees the house burning, you know, he's trying to get some water to put out the fire. And the field Negro is like, where's that gasoline at? You know what I'm saying? Like, burn it down. So, you know, some of us, you know, out here, you know, some of these Negroes and whatever is out here talking about, oh no, you know, we can't have that. I mean, you know, this is the problem. And so when you don't know who you are, you know, and you don't know what time it is, you're not utilizing your ancient calendars. You don't know, you understand the space-time continuum, you know, and where you are in space and time, and what is needed, you know, at this time, and how you must work, you know, in terms of within yourself and with your ancestral tribe to bring about the restoration of Ma'at within you first, and collectively with others on the earth. Then, you know, it's a moot point, you know, it's a wrap for you, you know. Everybody ain't gonna make it. That's just what it is, you know. So it's gonna be a wrap for, you know, a lot of people, you know, and that's in divine order and divine time, you know, because it's important that we really understand that to restore Ma'at on the earth, we have to restore Ma'at within ourselves. And so, excuse me, that's very significant, you know. Ma'at is a black goddess, you know. So obviously, you know, that's relevant that we are congruent, you know, with the black goddess, you know, that we are. And that we're congruent, you know, with the Netru in general that we are, you know, and that we are not an enemy of ourselves, you know, that we're not an enemy of Ra, you know, that we don't see life, you know, the way our enemies, you know, see life, that we don't see the earth as just, you know, object, you know, that, you know, we exploit and use, you know, at our whim and don't have a respect and regard for, and you know, so many things, conditionings, you know, that our people have to really heal and purify in terms of Western culture and its impact. So I wanted to come forth and share these things. My bendy done fell off and everything today, but I wanted to come forth and share with y'all tonight. Take some time to give out, this message of love and of light and of life, in reverence of life, in reverence of Ra, Anetcharak. We must once again, be Ra connected to our ancestral wisdom, our ancestral way of life. We must once again honor who we really are, honor our great ancestors, and we don't have to recreate the wheel. They've left so much for us to utilize, and so we must, regain knowledge of self, so that we know exactly the gifts that they have blessed us with, to develop at this time, and be able to, be about forward motion collectively to bring about the transformation, on this earth. So I am going to sign out.